Hello everyone. Today I wanted to talk about conscious parenting and specifically a famous and quote that a lot of times parents will use, a famous line, reactionary pattern. Basically, is probably a better term to use, a reactionary pattern that parents use a lot, which is because I told you so. Um, I was listening to a video and I just happened to hear that line, and um, just struck a chord with me. As you know, it's not something that I use at all uh, during the parenting of my children, and I guess I've always understood that if I ever did use it, that it's a good signpost for me to understand that I'm falling into a reactionary pattern, a pattern of ego, where I'm not being fully present and conscious in parenting my child. Because if I don't have an adequate answer to the, you know, why should I do this? And I just have to say, well, I don't, it's because I told you so. That means that I haven't really thoroughly evaluated the situation correctly. I mean, I haven't really looked at the situation as it is right now, and I don't really have a good reason for telling the child not to do a thing. And maybe there is no good reason for it. Maybe it's just become a almost like a power trip thing. Um, there may be many reasons why. Just being, so um, flustered and wanting the child to do a certain thing in order to achieve a comfort level with yourself. So you're wanting the child to behave a certain way for you. So you're saying, behave this way so that you can satisfy me. That may be a reason why you're using the "I told you so" line. Um, there may be many different ways, reasons why you're using it. But what it fundamentally comes down to is I haven't really figured out why I'm telling you to do this certain thing. And I'm too upset and have this emotion of anger and frustration. So I'm going to use the "I told you so" line as if that is some form of an answer, which it's not. It's not an answer at all. And so the child still is confused and still left with this empty feeling of, having not unsatisfactoriness, of not really achieving any sort of solution to whatever it is that they were doing. They don't understand what they did wrong, and the parent doesn't even understand what they did wrong. And so there's this unconscious pattern going on between the parent and the child. So if there can be some form of awareness, that line is a big pointer to understand that I am not being conscious at this moment. I need to take a breath. I need to look at the scenario and realize, take myself out of the situation and really look at the situation as it is without me in it. That's probably the best way to do it, is just, take yourself out of the equation. Take your story out of the equation. Is the child really doing something that's really outside of the normal, what you would consider outside of normal behavior for a whatever year old child that they are? And most of the time they probably are not. A 3-year-old is probably acting like a 3-year-old, and the behavior that they're asserting is probably a 3-year-old behavior, or substitute whatever other age that they are putting in. They probably are having very much normal behaviors for that child. And the only thing that you can really control is your response to that scenario. Certainly if the child is doing something dangerous and about to step in the road and there's a car coming, certainly you want to do something to prevent that. But most of the time, the "I told you so" is not used in that sort of situation. You would have an answer for that, because there's a car coming and you're going to get run over. That's why I told you to get back over here. That you have an answer for. The "I told you so" is usually when there is no answer. It's just you're uncomfortable with yourself in that situation for whatever reason. It could be any of a number of things why. Big pointer for yourself to establish some presence within yourself and say, aha, even if it's after the fact, after you said it. Aha, I said it. I'm not being present right now. I'm not being aware. And I need to reevaluate this situation. I need to meditate on this. I need to look at this whole situation and realize, what am I really being frustrated with? And it's probably not the child. It definitely has to do with yourself and your expectations of the child. So keep that in mind if that is something that you do say, and it will become a transformative saying for yourself. Whenever you even want to say it, you'll catch it and you'll realize, aha, I'm not being present. I'm not being fully myself. Thank you all for watching. Take care.